Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be taking a look at 5 most dangerous places to live in America. On number 1, we have Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore is a city with over 600,000 people. It has high crime rate, a particularly high number of homicides. The city struggles with gang activities and drug trafficking, making it a dangerous place to live. Baltimore has poverty rate of about 23%, and the unemployment rate is 7.5% and increasing. The city has long been plagued by issues of racism and police brutality, which has contributed to its high crime rate. So if you're planning to visit Baltimore, it's best to stick to more tourist-friendly areas. On number 2 of that list, we have Detroit, Michigan. With a population of about 700,000, Detroit has a high crime rate, high number of violent crime. The city has been hit hard by economic decline with higher poverty and an unemployment rate, which have contributed to its high crime rate. Detroit have long history of racism and discrimination with a history of redlining and discriminatory lending practices that have had a lasting impact on the city's residents. It's important to be aware of the areas to avoid in Detroit and to exercise caution if you're planning a visit. On number 3 of that list, we have St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is a city of over 300,000 people. It has high crime rates, high number of homicides. The city has long history of crime and poverty, and despite efforts to reduce crime, it remains one of the most dangerous places to live in America. The poverty rate in St. Louis is 27% and increasing. The unemployment rate is about 6% and increasing. The city has a history of racial tension with issues of police brutality and discrimination. Visitors should be aware of the areas to avoid and take caution while they're in St. Louis. At number 4 of that list, we have New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans is a city of over 390,000 people, high crime rate, high number of violent crime, homicides. The city has poverty rates of about 27%, unemployment rate about 5% and increasing. New Orleans has history in discrimination and racism, with issues of police brutality and the lack of economic opportunities for people of color. While the city is known for its vibrant culture and history, visitors should be aware of the areas to avoid and take caution while in the city. Number 5, we have Birmingham, Alabama, with a population rate of 210,000. High crime rate, particularly high number of violent crime, poverty rates of about 27%, unemployment rate about 5%, high history of racism and discrimination, racial tension, issues of police brutality. Visitors should be aware of the areas to avoid and take caution while in the city. In conclusions, these cities mentioned above are considered as the most dangerous places to live in America due to their high crime rate, poverty level, and issues of racism and discrimination. It's important to be aware of the areas to avoid and to exercise caution if you're planning a visit to any of these cities. However, it is important to remember that these cities have a lot to offer and are home to many hardworking and resilient people. So that concludes our list of 5 most dangerous places to live in America. Until we see you next time, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share.